Hello, everyone. I am here to share my testimony on how God saved me. This happened. This started in during the pandemic, where I wanted to start to do my masters abroad, and I'd already done all the documentation, everything. And when I applied for my visa, uh, it was denied. They didn't give me a kind of concrete reason why they denied my visa. So I was just devastated. I was down. I cried and I started asking God questions like, I don't know why this happened, but I I want to just know Him. And He direct at that period um, I was suffering from an addiction, and He directed me to a YouTube video where this person was talking about how God delivered him from pornography, and he had other videos on the consequences and like the general consequences on pornography. And also, it was a really long video, like 2 hours, and I watched it. So I was just looking for resources on people whom God has delivered them from that, and like a backstory. This started when I was very small. I cannot even remember the age when I started masturbating. And when I went out to the university, that is when I started watching porn, and it was kind of like an addiction. I was using it as a cope mechanism. This will go on and on and on. I will fast. I want God to deliver me from that. It will go and it will still come. It will go and it will still come. So I've been battling this for a long, long, long period of time. And when all this happened, and we were on lockdown, everything had just shut down. Everything was like it was upside down. That is when I started seeking God to be able to understand Him and just to know about Him. So He directed me to this person, and I was listening to the videos and just going through other videos and testimonies on how God had delivered others from what I was suffering from. I I'll get these resources and I'll watch a lot of videos. I'll go through a lot of videos. I started studying my Bible. I'll be reading. I don't even understand what I was reading. I'll just read my Bible. I'll do research. I'll go on videos again on YouTube and do research. Like I was just reading. I didn't really know. I could not understand several, like so many things I read. I won't understand, but I just kept reading. And one night I was kind of so down. Like that period I was down. Lockdown just came with its own traumas and depression and whatsoever. Like we're all indoors and we couldn't go places. So I was led again to this this person on her video where she was explaining on how she met her partner, her husband. I had watched that video, and then I just was going through her page to see other videos that are there. I also saw how she got delivered from pornography. So I was asking God, I've been doing this on my own. I have done so many other fake things that people will say you should do on your own to be able to be safe, or to be able to deliver yourself from that, or to be able to stop that. It didn't work. So at this period I was asking God, like, I have done this for a longer period. I have tried other things, have done so many things in order to for this to stop, and it didn't go. It will go, it will come, it will go, like it will come, but I just want it to go permanently. I didn't want to be held bound by something that is destroying me, like destroys my brain, your thinking, and a lot of things. And I was just studying the Bible. I was reading the Bible. I was like, God, if you don't want me to do this, you're the only person who is going to deliver me from from this. There are days that I will fast. There are days that I will do a lot of things for God to come through and for Him to save me from this. A lot of effort. And He led me to the church where I fellowship right now, where the gospel is preached. And so God led me to a church where I started studying, like where the real gospel is preached, not about religion. I will get up in the morning. I follow sermon. I will listen to sermon, how Christ has died for me. When He died, I also died. When He was buried, I was also buried. When He resurrected, I also resurrected. And now I am seated in Christ in heavenly places, far up above every principalities and power. So I will go through and I listen to them, just listen to what God has already done for me. Like, it is finished, it is sorted. I don't have to cry about all this addiction. Christ has already healed me from this, whether it's sickness, whether it's an addiction, whether I'm depressed, whether I'm going through any situation in my life. Like, Christ has already healed me from that. So this will be my declaration. I will get up in the morning, I'll be like, I'm righteous, I'm redeemed, all my sins are forgiven, I am now the beloved of Abba. I don't have to perform to belong. He has loved me with an everlasting love. So this used to just be my declaration. I would be saying these things. I could be at home, I'm working, I have my earbuds there, I'll be listening to scriptures, and I'll be taking down notes. There'll be days that I could just get up some days and I'm just locked in, and I just be listening to the gospel of God's grace, how it's not about my works, it's about what Christ has done for me on the cross. He did all these things for my sake. Even before I came, while I was still a sinner, He already healed me. He did all these things for me, and it is finished, it is sorted. So it was just literally the gospel. And one day I just woke up. I was like, no, this is not me. This is not me. I'm now a child of God. I'm His son. I now have a father. I'm not an orphan anymore. And anything that I've been going through, like, I just laid my hands on my head, and I was praying for myself, like, I'm now the beloved of God. He has forgiven me. Everything is finished. That's what He said on the cross for me. Like, it is finished. It is sorted. Everything is gone. I am not held bound by this. I'm not held bound by pornography. I'm not held bound by masturbation. I'm not held bound by any depression, any stress. Christ has done this all for me. Like, he has finished it all for me. This will be my declaration for, like, every day. I will be saying these things, that all these things He said about me, I'll be saying it back to myself. And one night, I'd watched a sermon on righteousness, how He has already made us righteous in Christ, and all this is by the grace of God, where it's not about my works, it's about what Christ has done for me on the cross. So I'd done this sermon. It was a Sunday. I finished with this sermon. And also, I remember when I was young, before I started masturbating, a man came to me in my dream. I was around 11, 12 years, something like that. A man will come to my dream, and when he comes, I just comply. Like, I will do all the needful. I don't know. When he comes each time in my dream, I comply. I don't fight back. He will molest me, and he will molest me in my dream. I didn't know what these dreams were, but each time I had this dream, the rate at which I always masturbate and the rate at which I I always watch this porn, it's high. Like it is very high. After this sermon on righteousness, I slept that night, and this person came again. When this person came, normally when he comes, I will just comply with him. I'm not fighting back. I don't do anything, and he will molest me and he will go. But this night when he came, I I in my dream he had some bags, like he would come with some stuff and he would or like remove the stuff and put them on the ground, and he would molest me and carry his stuff back and go with them. So when he came this night, I had not never seen the face of this person. And then when he came this night now, I in my dream I was not really shouting. I was like, I'm not an orphan anymore. I now have a father. I'm not orphan. He's my father now. Abba Father is my father, and I'm now his son. I've been accepted in the beloved. I now belong in the family of God. That's just literally what I said in that dream. And he was rushing. He carried his stuff and he just ran away. So after that dream, I didn't really know when the deliverance had happened, but it took me like months, and I didn't have that desire again. I didn't have that desire again. Like I didn't go through any withdrawal. Like I'm stressing again to go back and come back. Then I'll do it again, and I won't do it again. Like when I had this dream, and when I was telling this person that I now have a father, I now belong in the beloved bloodline, he ran away. And that is how I got my deliverance. Like I never ever had that thirst again to go back and watch these things, or to masturbate, or to do any of those sort. That is when I got my deliverance. And I'm just here to share my testimony. I battled this for a long period of time, and I am just praying for anyone who is going through this. You have to just know that you have a father. You declare all these things, that you have a father, and that he has already delivered you, and that you're already delivered, and you're already safe. You are not held bound by pornography. You're not held bound by masturbation. Just ask him to help you understand the word. Even when you read the word and you don't understand them, no one laid hands on me. Nobody laid hands on me, like anointed me or whatsoever. It was just the gospel, and the gospel sure knows what to do. Just pray for understanding. Like let God do his thing in your life, and for you to really understand the true message of the gospel. That is what heals. That is what delivers. That is what free you from depression and whatsoever. That is your identity. Once you know your identity in Christ, there's nothing the devil can do about it. There's nothing.